Moorman are here with us now. Guys, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you, Hena.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Of course, first I want to ask how you guys are doing.
Considering everything, we're doing just fine. We're very thankful. We came through the worst of it with no injuries. We were able to keep all of our belongings as well. Our 5-year-old daughter is doing well. So we're okay physically. So
we understand there's a lot of damage right around this area. So yeah, we're very lucky to be here and be safe. And the resort here, the Bahia Principe, they're doing a great job taking care of us.
I understand you guys were sheltering in a theater with hundreds of other people when the storm hit. Can you talk to me about what happened? What was that experience like? It must have been terrifying for your 5-year-old.
It was pretty scary for her, for sure. We came prepared with some headphones and her tablet loaded with some movies, just to keep her distracted. We wanted to keep her calm and distracted. When the worst of it hit, it was a very terrifying scene because the Wi-Fi, the power, and all cellular data stopped at the same time. So the theater went dark, and all you could hear was an absolutely horrible sound of the sheet metal roof scraping across the top of the roof where about 700 of us were sheltering.
Yeah, it sounded like someone was bowling on the roof of the building, basically. These big, loud bangs, and you could follow it. If you looked up, you could hear the bang. It would start and then go across the building, I think, as pieces of the roof were flying across and hitting as they flew off the roof.
Yeah.
And then over time, leaks started developing all over from the ceiling, and eventually the entire theater had to be evacuated because it was basically raining inside the theater. The ceiling remained intact, but it was leaking everywhere, and we wound up having to crowd into hallways adjacent to the theater to get out from under just all the falling water.
That is so scary. I'm glad the ceiling stayed intact. We're seeing a picture of all of you crammed in the theater. What have you been seeing on the island since then when it comes to damage? Have you been able to go outside and kind of inspect what's going on around you?
We have been able to see some images. The worst images we've seen are of roads washed out and huge gushing gullies are in the place of where roads used to be in rural parts of Jamaica. Around us, we've heard of a resort, the Rio, not far from us at all, maybe a few kilometers away. It got completely destroyed, and they're not going to be able to reopen it after they clean up. So we are extremely lucky to be where we are.
Yeah, we haven't ventured outside the resort ourselves. We saw just last night, we can see the road from our balcony because all the trees have been knocked down. We couldn't see the road before, but now we can. There was a 2 or 3 hour backup on the road because there was some rain yesterday, and I guess all the storm drains and gullies are blocked with debris. So there was very deep water just yesterday on the road that caused a major traffic jam. So we haven't tried to go anywhere.
Yeah, all the landslides and flooding. You weren't able to evacuate before the storm. I'm so glad you and your family are doing okay. You're now facing the new challenge of trying to get back home. What difficulties have you had trying to make it back to Cincinnati? What are they telling you?
My understanding is that everyone who has had flights out of Montego Bay so far have had those flights canceled. We even spoke to someone yesterday that was halfway to the airport when she got a text message that her flight was canceled, and she was luckily able to turn around and come back to the resort. They're doing such a good job taking care of us here. What would be much worse would just be being stranded in a damaged airport with our 5-year-old. So what we really want is to ensure that we have a flight that's not going to be canceled before we leave the resort here. Since we're safe, we have food, we have an open pool. Our daughter's actually about 20 feet in front of us in a kiddie pool, enjoying herself right now. So we're doing like a modified version of resort life right now.
We have a flight booked for tomorrow, so hopefully we can actually get out tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to see. I believe that the Montego Bay flights, 2 of them for today are canceled, and a 3rd is on a delay. Okay. So we'll see if any flights wind up taking off today before we really know if our flight tomorrow is very likely to happen.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.